So yes, we definitely need more and more female intelligence. Female intelligence is slower. Remember, we're talking about frequencies and the lack of balance. So when I say it's slower, you know, in this false male world, the mind created, slow means not good. You know, fast is good and slow is not good. A very primitive labeling of these principles. The truth is vice versa, you know. The more developed the consciousness is, the slower it gets. Because there is a whole realm opening behind thinking. Thinking itself does not represent the highest form of intelligence in the human being. There is a world beyond thinking. This is a world of silence. And first, and this is what happens in every meditator, you know, the mind has to slow down in order to sink and to touch deeper levels of consciousness. And the deeper you fall, the slower the frequency becomes. I give this example, this image of the ocean. You know, at the surface of the ocean, you have the highest frequencies. Wind, waves, small waves, big waves. And on the ground of the ocean, the movement has become very, very slow. So just, you know, think of this image and relate it to the inner world of consciousness. Living on the ground of the ocean is slow motion. And then we remember the paradox. The more you slow down internally, the faster things happen externally. A place of silence is a place to slow down. But a place of silence is also a place where you have to meet the acceleration of your mind before you can slow down. So it's both, you know. It's a place of meeting the suffering in this accelerated and cut off mind world. If you have the courage to meet the driving forces of the mind, I was talking about one major of these driving forces called fear. If you have the courage to meet this fear, you will find peace. Which is of a very deep and slow frequency of the soul. Finally, to tell you the truth, it is beyond fastness or slowness. It's all at the same time. Silence is neither slow nor is it fast. But looking from an outer perspective, I can say that life slows down. I mean, if all the driving forces just fall away, you're not in flight. You're not running after illusions any longer. The carrot has fallen down. So there is no need to speed up all the time. Yes, definitely. Society and the healing process of society urgently needs a recovery of monastic life. So we have an old monastic tradition in Europe, and with the decay of the Catholic Church, also the imprints of monastic life have become very weak. So I'm not talking about recovery of the Catholic tradition and the pursuing of exactly this tradition, but I'm talking about the essence of this tradition that can be vivid, living, here we're not neglecting the Christian roots, but it's not a Christian monastery. It's a trans-religious monastery. We have where the Christian tradition meets with Eastern traditions, because I actually originally came from an Eastern tradition, Indian tradition, Advaita tradition, or non-tradition, however. But the healing of society definitely needs these places. And I think that this place is kind of a pioneer's work. And might be able to give, impulses to more places of silence like this, which are also dedicated to the teachings, the universal teachings of the inner path.